Hello and welcome to another Avatar video. Today we are talking about Avatar genetics again, in this case subbending genetics. So, click like and subscribe and let's dive in. In the first video we covered normal bending genetics, so if you haven't watched the first video you should watch that. Technically the second video isn't vital to watch it, but you can watch it. I would suggest you watch it, but you don't technically have to watch it. But I also theorize that there are other subbending genetics, not just normal genetics. I thought of this theory when I was watching through The Legend of Korra again, and one of the episodes, Bolin struggles with metal bending, but then he gets lava bending very quickly. Interesting. Then Toph says lava bending is very rare. A very rare ability, meaning that I think Bolin can't learn metal bending because he doesn't have the genes but he doesn't have the right genes. Or that's what I'm presuming right now, but changes. But he can learn lava bending because he has the right genes for lava bending. That makes it easier. Also, in the same season when Korra is learning metal bending, she picks it up right away, and Sudian says that she was the first metal bending avatar, meaning that Aang never learned metal bending. So I feel like he never learned metal bending because he couldn't do it too easily because he didn't have the right subbending genetics. This is my first theory. So, yeah, there's gonna be more. This theory shows that anyone with the right genes can learn a specific style of subbending. By the way, these are in no particular order because I honestly, right now, it doesn't matter which one's dominant and which one's recessive, but that will come later. But there's still a problem with this model. What about people like Katara that can ice bend and can also heal? So this theory is probably incorrect because, some people have multiple subbendings that they can do. So it's like, but this theory says you can only have one. So, Then we have theory that's labeled as theory 1, but no, this is theory 2. So, ignore that. So here is theory 2. Someone can learn any subbending style as long as it fits into your pre-existing bending element. But some subbending skills are easier to develop in a group of people because of their genetics. So it's like you can develop a certain type of bending easier because your genes say so, but you can also develop multiple different subbending techniques. And I think Katara developed the healing subbending gene because she's considered the best healer in the world in Legend of Korra, and also developed ice bending, but not to as much as an extent. Also, if you wonder why glass bending is in this list, it was first shown, or read, in the Kyoshi novels. Most people think of Bolin as a lava bender because he came from an earthbender and a firebender, but I think Bolin is a lava bender because I think most people in the Fire Nation have unexpressed lava bending gene, and so does his father. I think they both have unknown lava bending genes, and then Mako got lightning bending genes, and it's so cool. So it works perfectly fine. Another way this theory is supported is that we see most people in the Fire Nation royal family are lightning benders. So this means most people in the Fire Nation royal family probably have lightning bender genes. Also, in The Legend of Korra, a lot of people in Republic City are lightning benders to provide power to the grid. Meaning, lightning bending is probably not solely genetic because it can be learned even without lightning bending gene because so many people learned it, and how did they learn it? And it's the same thing with metal bending. How are there so many metal benders? Because there was only one before, and it's these rare bending styles are spreading because although you need them to be proficient in a certain style of bending, you don't need them to actually have them. That's why I think Hama was so weak and only could use blood bending under the full moon, because he didn't actually have any blood bending genes. She didn't have any blood bending genes, so she just developed it by herself, basically. And that's why Yakone and Amon and Noatak and Tarlok are so much more strong at blood bending. And this also ties into like subbending being genetic. Like Yakone is the father of Tarlok and Amon / Noatak, and all three of them are really strong bloodbenders. And he even talks about, like, Yakone even talks about, like, keeping the blood, we're strong line of waterbender, like, this blood-bending gene that's getting carried on. And even after Yakone loses his bending and has children, his children can still bloodbend with surprising proficiency. So it wasn't like it was his genes also getting passed down. Then we have the hierarchy. Here are the letters I would associate with the different subbending genes and how dominant I think they would be. Though it's really hard to determine the exact order of the hierarchy, I did loosely follow the normal bending trends, like how earthbending related subbending genes were at the bottom, and like airbending related subbending gene, singular, is, right near the top, and then you have non-bending, and, you had all that. I decided to save this part to the end of the video, because I didn't really feel like it mattered that much in the other parts, but here you go. I would have made a Punnett square, but it would be way too big, because it would be 13 by 13. If each square was a square inch, then it would be larger than a square foot, because it would be 13 square inches. Or not 13 square inches. I mean, 13 times 13 square inches was actually 169 square inches. Haha, so nice. But thank you for watching this video, and have a good day, and have fun, and like and subscribe, and all that. And goodbye, Avatar nerds.
This place is worse than